everybody. This is Fred Grace coming to you from Little Grass Shack in Temecula, California. And I got some great comments yesterday on my recent video. And we're going to be talking about some other stuff here, and you're not going to want to miss it. Some great objective criticism in one of my comments about with Filthy TBilly. And we'll get back to that right after this. All right, Fred Grace, and I'm back. So check this out. We got some great comments. So I got a great comment right here from Filthy TBilly, and he had a little. It throws up a red flag when I mentioned third phase of the moon. He apparently goes on. I could have put his whole comment up here, but I didn't. But he said third phase of the moon is basically clickbait. And sifting through their stuff for valuable information, like what we're looking for is like digging through bovine excrement. So that's your objective criticism right there, man. That's hilarious, man, because I've been following third phase of the moon for so damn long, and I've been disappointed, and I've been like and that's why I take the time out to put comments in there, and I'm like, dude, the three lights that's a TR3B, this, that, blah, 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 the solar warden, blah, 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 that's a sky dreadnought. Stop with the freaking nonsense, man. Just say it. It's military, man. It's Area 51 technology. And so I feel the same as Filthy TBilly. And I appreciate him and his comments for putting it up in there. He also mentioned some of the greatest, and I mean, probably one of the deepest interviews you'll ever hear, or not interviews, but like flat out, like solid info, comes from Grant Cameron. And he has a station called White House UFO. Now, some of his stuff is a little bit off. We're all just like me. We're all searching for material, and it's all about bringing out a video every day or twice a week or something like that, because if you don't, your YouTube channel's not going anywhere. So Grant Cameron, I'm going to leave a link in the description, and he talks about this whole thing about the Department of Defense, the military black budget, trillions of dollars, the UFOs. He doesn't really connect it with Area 51, but he's on the right track. And then he brings it out there to the portals. So, and that goes to Stargate, you know, the movie Stargate, or yeah. So anyway, it's very interesting stuff. One of his best reports or videos that I like the most, that I got the most info out of, is going to be in the description. All right, so let's move on. He also mentioned Earth Files with Linda Howell. And I have my reservations about Linda Howell. She's a very talented linguistics wise, you know, like she's like probably an A student in English. And she does great books, great reports. I mean, I can't really knock her on any of her techniques and stuff, but her beliefs are a little bit far out there, because when we start talking about little green people and having spaceships and technology far beyond ours, and you want to go back to Roswell and say that Roswell was aliens and there was bodies, and I say to that, bullshit, man, bullshit. I don't believe in little green people and shit. I believe in breeding programs. And so the universe is so huge and so big, but I'm going to tell you right now, there is no way anybody in Earth or in our solar system has a chance against the military, Black Ops military that we have. And it don't take long to go through my videos and start seeing, and then you start understanding the capability of what we can do, and how they're decepting everybody using holographic imaging So I have another video on that, and it was a fresh release today. Somebody's out there videoing out the window of an airplane, and they see this strange looking thing kind of spinning. Well, I know what spins, and that's the Sky Dreadnoughts always constantly go like that. So when you're in a Sky Dreadnought and it's upside down or spinning around, you don't feel that. You only feel the gravity inside that shield. It has a shield around it using the electromagnetic field. So let's, I'm gonna pass her up. So UAMN TV. Now I subscribe to these guys. They are good. And he's kind of like me or whoever's running that channel. They're constantly putting out more work, and some of their work is fantastic because all this stuff goes throughout ancient history, and from India, from the Vajrayana to Assyria, and the cuneiform tablets, and it's been always misinterpreted, and so that's where I wanted to bring up, but they are credible, so let's just go with credible. That's why I wanted to bring up, damn man, you can't really see that, but this is Billy Carson. Billy Carson is a philanthropist and a entrepreneur extraordinaire, and Billy Carson, he's like a humanitarian, and he's like me. I mean, we the people, you know, we want to know. We want to know, and we deserve to know. It's our money that created all this stuff. But he discusses how everything in the NASA is like a front, and that there's private space companies that don't have to answer to the Fair Credit or the Information Act. So you could file an Information Act and get footage, all the footage, or all of something about a certain subject, but it costs money. And but you could get a Freedom of Information Act and get plenty of information. It's just that it's a waste of time because NASA has contractors. They're putting stuff out in the private space market, and that's the field that I want to enter. And that's Billy Carson has a space travel company, and I'm trying to get a hold of him. This is another person, you know, that's very busy, very active in social media, and they have to sift through thousands and thousands of comments and emails, and they're overwhelmed. So I'm lucky right now. I'm not like that. And I have, you know, I could build this torsion field that he's talking about and tap into the fourth state of matter just using a plasma generator or something close to like a particle accelerator. And he discusses all that being under the vacuum of space and 50,000 rotations. And I got all that down. So that's fascinating. It just lets me know I'm right on track, and that the military knows about this, and I'm, you know, I feel like I feel like they could come get me at any time, but we'll see. So besides all that, Billy Carson, you know, this is a shout out to you, man. Fred Grace is for real. I do my YouTube and basically stick there, but I'm on Facebook as well, where I try to keep up to date with my friends and family and my followers on YouTube or Facebook. But and it's going somewhere. I got like 500 likes on my I have a page called something like UFOs, the next enterprise, because this is a money making opportunity, and that's what I want to turn it into. So but you know, so call out to Billy Carson, man. I could build what you're talking about, and I can tap in. We can reduce the weight by 70%. We could travel in hyperspeed. I mean, this is all plausible stuff. It's just that I don't do it because I live in a neighborhood, and my neighbors would freak out if I start doing some of this electromagnetic field shit. So I understand the rules, and by not touching this and doing this, they're not going to come get me. And that's most important. I love my family, man. Okay, so there's this thing called Spreaker, Spreaker. I just call it Spreaker. And I got a friend. He contacted me on YouTube, and his name's Jack, J-A-K. He has a great voice. He's a great interviewer, and he did I kind of call it like a podcast, but we went live. He went live. His channel's called The New Acid Test. So the New Acid Test, you get to hear 2 interviews with me and him, and but he's mostly like a music guy. He's like a creative artist, and with no bounds. I mean, to be an artist, you can't have a limit. You have to open your mind and flow with what you're feeling, and he's very good at that. So me and him have a lot in common. So anyway, he did a show, rest in peace, Art Bell, and it's true, man. I mean, Art Bell was a big influence for me, and Jack as well, and we just, you know, our hearts go out to Art Bell, and we know that he's in the ether, man. His electromagnetic being, his chakras are now out there, and they're amongst the universe for us all. So anyway, send a little prayer out for Art Bell. So anyway, me and Jack go live on the New Acid Test, and that's with on Spreaker. So anyway, I'm gonna leave a link in the description for that one. So we're gonna do the link on that one. On Earth Files, no, and these guys, UAMN. I love you guys too. I'm with you. I'm down with the info. Billy Carson, there's a call out to you, man. I've sent you my info. You know, I don't know if they're blocking your emails or what, but anyway, just send a comment, man. I'm loving your stuff. He's on Instagram, big on Instagram. And Earth Files with Linda Howell, it's just not top on my list. It's Miss and Dis, and she's making money on this, and she's kind of like government insider, just like Dr. Stephen Greer. But let me tell you, I've spent hours and hours listening to Dr. Stephen Greer, and I'd like to correct him on a lot of things, but I'm not out to change anybody's mind. I'm just letting you know what I know. So Grant Cameron, we're gonna put something in there, and Filthy TBilly. Appreciate the great comment. This is what the world's all about, man. You got to have your views, and your objective criticism is even constructive criticism as well. But he's very objective, and you know, I mean, I can respect that. The guy didn't attack me. He just like offering his personal views and opinions. So I appreciate that. You want to comment on any of these videos? I need it. Thank you guys. So no UFO footage on any of this, maybe just a little bit. Oh, there's a new video out. I'm gonna try and put that up maybe right now. Later. So I'm gonna put the link in the description, but this guy's looking out the plane window when he spots this. And I just wanted to let you know that this is all, we talk about this on this interview here, cloaking paint and the holographic imaging that is used by the industrial military complex to make fake alien events. So they also have the capability of remote control.
Controller could now take control away from the pilots so that they wouldn't have control over the throttles, over the yoke, over the rudder pedals.
This wouldn't necessarily be hack-proof, right? This system wouldn't necessarily be hack-proof.
This is so funny, man. That's the new Aurora and its holographic techniques with 2 Iron Man. And right here is a Sky Dreadnought with its hologram techniques. Personal invite to sub. Go ahead and ring my bell.